Hey guys, it's Henry from Mowers and Blowers again. This is part 2 of my John Deere La105 lawn tractor. It has a seized engine, and as you know from episode 1, I sprayed some PB Blaster into the combustion chamber and put about a quart of oil into the engine. I cannot spin this at all with my hands, my bare hands, and so I've loosened the two 10mm bolts there, and the one here and one there. They don't give you much room at all. You can't even stick a ratchet in there, so I had to use a wrench. It took a while. But this is now loose, and I'm going to take this off, and we're going to see if I can put a breaker bar onto the flywheel. I don't know why it's caught here. Alright, I think I got it. You know what? I think I have the... okay, I got it. You know, I'm surprised. I thought that there was going to be a rat's nest in here, because I did see some stuff coming out over there, but apparently it was nothing. So there's no rat's nest. It's good. Looks like something's been scraping, like, you know what I'm saying? These things here is evidence of some kind of scraping. It's like shaved plastic or something like that. It's not supposed to be engaged. That's supposed to be down when the engine's not running. So how do I remove this? I bet you that there's something under the sticker that allows you to take it off. But anyway, so I'm gonna take that off, and I'm gonna loosen this thing a little bit and get my breaker bar out. I'm in an extra good mood today because I just sold this today for $750. So yeah, that's a good deal for me to sell that thing for $750. It's a nice tractor, trust me. I thought about keeping it, you know. I got that basically for free. I got a free old snowblower that I traded him for it. And he also gave me his snowblower, which I in turn sold for $225. So so that free snowblower I traded with him, I got $750 plus $225. I got $975 for that deal. And I got that snowblower for free. So basically I found about $1,000 on the street, you know? Unbelievable. Hey, you know, it's all about what people are willing to pay, you know? So anyway, I just stuck a screwdriver in here, and this thing just comes off like that. It's just a cap, you know? And there's your, I guess that's your flywheel nut, you know? So I think that looks like a 7/8 or something like that. Maybe even smaller. Anyway, I'm going to get a socket that fits that with a breaker bar. I'm going to see if we can turn this stuff around, you know? So I was right, it was a 7/8. So it's a 7/8 socket, this breaker bar, and I'm just going to slowly try to move it. Oh, it's not moving. It's not good. It's really seized. Damn it. I can't even budge it, guys. This is really bad. I gotta use two hands. Alright, so watch this. So I got it to move. It's really easy right now for one full revolution. Then I get to here. Really, it stops right there. Then really easy. One revolution, one perfect revolution, and boom, right there, it stops. Yeah. So I'm thinking there's something blocking. Okay. So now I'm going to stick a screwdriver into the spark plug hole and see if it moves the screwdriver. That way I know that the piston is still connected to the connecting rod, which is still connected to the crankshaft. If it doesn't move, it means that the connecting rod broke and that this is stuck. The connecting rod is off and stuck and blocking the way of the crankshaft. Either that, or it could be the camshaft busted in half and is getting in the way. So something's busted in there. Well, let me stick the screwdriver in first. Okay, so I took the screwdriver and I put it in about an inch, all right? And that the piston was there. I just pushed it a little bit and it went like 3 inches in. Okay, so I pushed it in. So it was pretty easy to push in. So the piston went in 3 inches. So now look. Now I can't move it one. I can't move it one revolution. So now I can only move it 45 degrees. So what does that tell me, guys? Well, that tells me that the connecting rod is definitely broken. So that's the story. I mean, I'm pretty sure the connecting rod is broken. The rod that attaches to the piston that connects to the crankshaft, because it is now in the way of the crankshaft. I can't turn it anymore, and I don't want to, because you could damage the crankshaft that way if it's not already, you know? So, being that this is a Briggs & Stratton motor, the only way to open it all up is take the bottom sump cover off to see the innards. That's a lot of work. 4 bolts on the bottom, disconnect everything, flip the engine upside down after you drain the oil. And then once you do that, you can inspect what's broken, get the replacement part, put it back in there, and put it back. It's a lot of work, trust me, it's a lot of work. But what can I do? I don't have any engines, right? I don't have any engines. I'm gonna have to try to fix this one. It's a lot of work, but you know, I'm not gonna do that today for sure. Maybe I will do it today. No, I won't do it today. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm gonna do it. So I'm going to clamp off the fuel first. Right there. Gonna disconnect this fuel line from this fuel pump here, so I can remove the engine cover. There's a breather part here I have to remove, and this one as well connected to the carburetor. My wife is yelling at me to go inside for something to eat, and it's already almost 4 o'clock. This is a multi-hour project for sure. So I'm going to stop here and do something else that I have to do. I'll continue when I continue. But the next steps are disconnecting the throttle linkages, climbing underneath, and so since I'm going to be working on this for a long time, I moved this all the way to the back of my garage, put cardboard under it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that hood off. Basically, disconnect the wire to the lights, and then you pivot it to a section, and then just pull it out forward and up. And I'll remove the hood. Hopefully it's that easy. It's usually that easy. And it was that easy. Lickety split, 30 seconds. So, I'm going to disconnect the wiring harness here from the engine. And then, I guess I should drain the oil before I loosen the engine bolts. Engine bolts are going to be a pain in the butt because I want to use a impact, you know. So I have to crawl into there. Probably have to jack it up a little and crawl up there. Lower the deck. I don't want to remove the deck. Removing the deck is a pain in the ass, but maybe I can get to it. Basically, I can keep all this crap on here because we're going to remove the bottom sump cover, not the top. So there's no reason to remove any of that stuff. So basically, we just have to get the engine loose and flip it upside down and get that bottom sump cover off so we can have access to the innards. This was actually pretty easy, and usually it creates a mess, but this one simply had a plastic cap on it, and as you can see, just like that, you stick it in, or like that, you know, so you turn it, pull it out, and there it is. Now you see, as you know, I just put in like a quart of oil, right? Look how black it is. It's not good. Not good at all. Really black. Strange. While I'm waiting for that to drain all the way out, I've taken the bolt off of this, disconnected the power lead to the starter. Put the nut back on here so I know where it is. The exhaust here, one pipe goes into the muffler. I'm not sure if this is stuck in the muffler or if it's like the twins where they just pull right out, you know. I'm hoping it just pulls right out. So I think, you know, because I've disconnected the wiring harness, and I don't know if this is connected to it. I doubt it. I don't think so. So I don't think anything's connected to the engine now. It's pretty much completely loose from the engine. So I think it's okay to get to the bottom and loosen the engine bolts. And I'll go find the right tools to get that off. I've now jacked up the machine and lowered the deck. I saw that this part here was going to get in the way of the pulley removal, so I had to disconnect that. That was easy. I put it back on here. It's just that these cotter type pins with the washer, it goes right into that hole there. Just push this out of the way, so now the pulley can come down after I take it out, you know. I'm going to try to pull this belt. There you go. Just like that, see? Now that belt is out of the way, so now I can just get a impact and get that thing out to get this double pulley out. You're not going to be able to pull the engine because this big pulley here is not going to fit through the hole. Then I'll crawl underneath and loosen the engine bolts, and we should be able to take the engine off and flip it upside down. And that's where I can take the bottom sump cover off and take a look inside and see what parts we need if this is salvageable. Because remember, yes, I'm pretty sure that the connecting rod is busted, but in the interim, while it was busted, a lot of things could have happened. Flung things around, the valve rods could have bent, valves could have popped out, cam could have busted. Could be a whole ton of things, a myriad of things that could be wrong with the innards, you know. So we want to see whether or not I should, you know, even bother fixing this, or I should just take the flywheel off, the cup off, the starter, the dipstick, the hoses, the magneto, the valve covers, the head, the muffler, the carburetor, the intake, you know, the cowling. All that stuff could be sold. I could sell all that stuff because with this Murray, I had a Briggs, you know, opposed twin that was busted, right? It was in terrible shape. But I actually parted out that engine, the cover, all the stuff that I just named, and I made like $250 in just parts. You know what I'm saying? So I could probably get some money for the parts, you know, off of this engine if it was bad. If it's salvageable, we'll go ahead and buy those parts and try to fix this engine. Because honestly, I could use 3 engines. I need 3 engines. I have 3 tractors with no engine, you know? So I'm going to try to fix this one and just try to get 2 engines. But this is a tough job, you know. There's definitely no doubt about it, because I know for sure I have to get a sump gasket. As soon as I break the seal off that gasket on the bottom sump, I'm going to have to fix it. Anyway, it's getting late now. There's mosquitoes out. I'm going to take this on another day. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for part 3 of my La105 John Deere fix. See you guys next time.